Our goddess superpowers are all of the abilities that we have, like empathy, that are not easily explained, that are conceptual, largely conceptual in nature, that answer many questions, and that if someone hasn't developed them, are very difficult to understand. And so often goddess superpowers are misconstrued or misunderstood, or they are minimized. And one of the things that we are doing at this point, many of us, is to reclaim those goddess superpowers as the gifts that they really are, and to take our empathy and take pride in our empathy and to understand that that makes us more, it gives us value to the world. We're able in an instant to read the energy that's going on and to have a deep understanding of those around us, and to be able to to offer them some genuine feedback and help, assistance that isn't possible when we are not empathic. So it actually makes us much more efficient and potentially much more effective. How about that for empathy? So empaths have gotten a bad name because, why? Because we feel too much, because other people find it uncomfortable to be around us sometimes because we can feel their feelings, and that freaks them out. They don't even want to feel their feelings. They certainly don't want anyone else to feel them or to know those things about them. We make people feel vulnerable sometimes because we can read them, and we're not doing it on purpose. We're not trying to take anything away from them, but the world is wired in such a way that some people are not able to really have cut themselves off from their feelings so completely that, excuse me, it makes them capable of doing things that are really not even in their best interest, but they are unable to feel the warning signs or the cautions that perhaps you and I feel, and that we would never consider doing. But if you're cut off from your empathy, then you don't relate to other people in the same way. Empathy is a normal human state, ability. And yet these days, those who are empathic are the ones that are seen as afflicted somehow. Do you see how everything is turned around? It's so funny, that people that have heightened abilities are called, a problem. And those who are kind of numb and dumb and, don't notice what's going on are somehow that is something to be desired in our society. Just don't pay any attention to the little man behind the curtain over there. Or whatever. So that's a bunch of baloney, really. And, I'm just here to remind you to appreciate your abilities and your gifts and your talents. And as you come to terms with who you are and what you can do, it gives other people around you permission to do the same. And that is pretty sweet. That's really what we're looking for. We need to become more fully ourselves, and we need to be firing on more cylinders. We've shut ourselves down because it was hard to feel all that stuff, and even knowing things that other people didn't know made people a little leery of being around us sometimes. And but too bad. We are who we are, and there's no sense really. I mean, what's the point in kind of half stepping and only putting a toe in when the rest of you is here and really wants to have a life, right? So, there's a lot of things that we have allowed to go on that really, we need an update. We need an update, and we need to give ourselves permission to be whatever we are and all of what we are. And as we do, and we become more comfortable within ourselves, then the world becomes suddenly more welcoming of who we are, because it's not the same world as it was before. Some of the veils have lifted and some of the taboos have gone away in light of new information that has been made public to everybody. The game is winding to a close here, and some of the rules that were really made up are very funky and kept the game kind of like this. And so if you're on the bottom, you're going to stay on the bottom. Well, things are leveling out a little bit now, and tables are turning in new ways. So it's possible to make things work better now. We can step into our own beauty and truth and goodness and grace, and we can live a different kind of life going forward as a result. Yeah.